Check, check, check. How's it going? Today, in this page, yeah. Great. One second. Check.
Okay. Hello? Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Ooh, there we go. Nice. All right. Alright, so now we're live. We are good. Let me do one quick thing. Okay. You know what? I mean, there's a part of me that does want to email blast this, but let's just, I don't know. Whatever. I don't feel like doing it. Okay. Hold up. Oof. Alright. Turn this off. Okay, let's start inking. Cause the kid is ready. Anyway, how's it going, everybody? Might not be chatting too hard just because of how many pages I gotta do today, but I'll do my best to keep it interesting. How's that sound? Uh-oh. I totally forgot today was Memorial Day. So shout out to the vets. Thank you for your service. I should probably... Shit, I gotta text my mom. Today's Memorial Day, right? I'm pretty sure today is Memorial Day, right? Hey Siri, is today Memorial Day?
Sorry, I don't understand.
She doesn't understand. Alright. Whatever. I don't know, but I'll text her anyway, just to say hi. I always want to listen to Mark? Wow. Rock Marciano. When I'm streaming for some odd reason. He makes me so happy. Trying to figure out that face. Anybody out there liking the new nosebleed that just dropped? I know. It's like it's all about business. I'm sorry. I don't mean to make it always about business. What's some stuff to talk about? What can we talk about? Moving to New York pretty soon. Keep your fingers crossed. There's an apartment that we've applied for. They literally have everything from my birth certificate to my blood type. What else do they have? They have my mother's maiden name. They've got everything to give me a shitty overpriced apartment. So hopefully they got enough, because they got everything. They want to know so much about about everything. It's like, dude. Just gave some stranger on the internet all these documents. It's like, all right, cool. Hope none of you get any funny ideas. Whatever happened with the DJ Envy? Wasn't he like scamming a bunch of people on real estate shit? Cause that guy's still like doing television and shit. I was watching them talk about the whole Kendrick Lamar shit. Alright. Here's the hard part. Oh yeah, we got featured on Forbes, everybody. Yeah. One of the writers over there was kind enough to take a chance on the kid. Ran a little article about Nosebleed. So that was cool. So go read that joint. Oh, damn. My ink's a little dry. Next order of business is to make a schedule for this stream. But just know that, like, I mostly only stream when I'm feeling really overwhelmed about like workload stuff. Like, I'm a little behind on Nosebleed, so like this is like a catch up. And so I like to stream just to kind of give myself like you know, like I like if I'm not streaming, I can be, I'm pretty good with distractions, but like, you know, I can just literally just be like, well, I'll ink for like an hour and then I'll go like fuck around, maybe I'll go on a walk. You know, it's just prone to happen. I get stressed. But when you're streaming, you can't be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go leave for like 20 minutes. I can't. Maybe some people can do that on their streams. That would be sick. That would be like, yo, I'll be back. I'm gonna go to McDonald's real quick. Just bounce. Part of me really wants to just like black this whole face and just leave. Let's see what that would look like. If not, I can always fix it in post. Yeah, I feel like that looks like way more eviler. Plus, I wasn't really sure about how this was gonna pan out. Look-wise, so... That'll work. Yeah, like the line art on that was a little shaky. So this is just better. It just looks a little bit better. Yeah, it looks creepier. Sick. Ooh, like that sound. Yeah. What else is going on? Dude, this is like the hard part with how I'm like approaching shit now. Is I never know like a part of me really wants to black this, but then I feel like it's gonna take away from him. Yeah, I don't know. Let's move on. Let's move on before I like fuck up a decent looking panel. Anybody out there listening to that new Knocked Loose? It's very good. I haven't really like listened to like metalcore in like forever. But I follow Anthony Fantano, and he gave it like a very like he was like I'm feeling a strong. I think it was like he gave that album like an 8. He might have given it like a 9 to be honest. I don't know. He gave it a really high. Gave it a pretty high whatchamacallit score. So I checked it out and I like it, man. The only problem I have is like how good of a review he gave it. Like he was like, this is like the heaviest thing I've ever heard. I haven't heard guitars that sound this crunchy. They give Converge a run for their money. And so I was like, oh shit, they're like out heavying Converge? Okay, like give it a shot. Let's give it a listen. And I put it on, and it's really good. Like the album it deserved all the praise and more. But the only thing is like I listen to music a lot with these noise canceling headphones that I have on. So like they don't really have much bass in them. They don't really have much bass. It's like a lot of these headphones kind of have like a lot of like I guess high end. I'm also not the most like audio. I'm not an audio file really anymore, so I probably said the wrong thing, but there's a lot of highs, not that much of like midtones, and not that much bass in these guys. They kind of suck. To be honest, they're not the greatest. Once I kind of realized, I was like, something's missing in these headphones. I was like, anytime I listen to like hip hop, I'm like, oh yeah, there's like no fucking bass in this. Which is strange that you can't like EQ on these headphones either. But I think I got these for like $70, so you know, beggars can't be fucking choosing or whatever the hell. Let's switch. So I started listening to the album, and like I said, sick, very solid album. Great crunchy, scary like guitars, like my kind of shit. It's just Anthony Fantano, and this is like why I really try not to listen to reviews of any sort. That's why I kind of just like to find stuff on my own. He made it sound like this was like the greatest he made it sound like it's like the greatest like metalcore album ever. And I do think it's a pretty high contender, especially for like the things it's like kind of like doing, like adding Poppy into the mix was really cool. That song is probably, there's like that song, and then there's a few other songs on that album that are really, really, really fucking good. Why did my voice just go out? Holy shit. One second. There we go. That Poppy song, and what else? I'm really bad with song titles now because I don't really like look when I'm listening to music. I'm just like, go back, that was tight. But there's a few bangers on that. But a lot of it, I don't want to say it's necessarily like shit I haven't heard before or anything like that. But you know, I don't know. It's just like a good metal album, I guess. Like I don't know. I feel like Anthony either like really likes that band and like those are like homies of his or something, or he might have got some payola, because the way that he was singing praises on this album, it was like, I was like, all right, sick, man. Like I'm fucking amped. Like let's go. I can't wait to like listen to this album. But no, it's good. It's good. It's been in rotation. It's just I can't get what's his name's like. I can't get his review out of my head every time I listen to that album. I'm like, all right, yeah, like this is a really good album, but he was talking about like the Sonics and shit, and I was like, maybe I'm listening to this album like with bad, like, I don't know. My car stereo is usually really good. There's nothing like listening to music in the whip for some odd reason. Especially when it comes to like rock music, like metal and shit, like, and hip hop to some extent, but like I don't really have like that great of a, like we have a, you know, a 2019, a 2000, good lord, is this like an '09? I think we might have like an '09 Corolla. Like a hand-me-down, we got a hand-me-down car, because we, like, I don't really give a fuck about cars, which is crazy because I come from a line of people that do. Like all of my family members like care about cars. I don't give a fuck about cars. I like cars. I'm not, you know, I'm not like cars are whack or anything like that, but the thing I don't like about cars is other people driving is one of them. And I don't like insurance. I think I got my very first car was it was a Hyundai Elantra, and it took me like forever to pay this fucking car off. And I paid it off with like I just paid it the fuck off. I don't know how I had like a decent chunk of money at one point. And this wasn't even like when I was like I forgot what I had. I don't know. I just had been like saving money really well, and I kind of like took a look at like how much I had left on my car, and I was like, you know what, dude? What if I just paid off my fucking car? I kind of thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I have a stable job. Like I was working like full time at an art school, and I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna get this money back in like a few, like whatever. Like I'll have this money again. So I remember going up, you know, I called the people up and I was like, hey, you know, I'd like to just pay this off. And they're like, really? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, okay, sure. The lady on the phone was all like, this is a really good thing that you're doing. This is a big moment. Kind of it was kind of like nice, but it was really, truly anticlimactic as fuck. At the end of it, I was just like, oh man, that's it. They just send you like a little like certificate. It's like when you get all of the Pokemon, like when you finish the decks in Pokemon, and like the only thing you get is like a printable sheet that says, hey, you wasted a lot of time. It's a lot of time you and your buddies just wasted there. Yeah, so that was all I got. And then I was like, man, what the fuck? So I was like, whatever. My car's paid off now. That's sick. Anyway, long story short, I had been paying like insurance on my car for like forever. And, you know, I didn't think anything of it. Like, I was like, my insurance is like affordable. Like, that's pretty cool that Progressive makes affordable insurance. That's what's up. Shout out Progressive. I get into a fucking car accident where my car gets totaled because some lady, the lady that was in front of me just like stopped short as shit, and I noticed it like way too late, and so I went to like brake, and my brakes locked up, and so I just like slid, and I hit the back of this lady, and her car completely fucking fine. Not even a scratch on her car. It was insane. Like, her car literally had not even a dent on it. Meanwhile, my car is like smoking. The back, the front is like completely crushed in. Like if you hadn't seen it, you would have been like, holy shit, like someone's definitely fucked up. So I called the insurance and I'm like, all right, well, clearly this is this idiot's fault. The cops get there and they're like, nah, you're at fault here, bud. And I was like, what? How? She stopped short. And I was like, he's like, yeah, but she didn't hit the car in front of her. She didn't, like, it was like I was at fault somehow because she didn't hit the car in front of her when I hit her or something. It was very strange. I was just like, this can't be happening right now. I literally, like a week after I paid off my car, somebody made a joke and somebody was like, oh man, better hope you don't get into an accident. And I was like, why the fuck would you say something like that, dude? Like, what's wrong with you? And then I did. And then on top of that, I couldn't get my car fixed because it got totaled, basically. And the funny thing is, it's like when you have like a car that's like totaled, mechanics will not touch your shit. I guess because like you could say like they fucked up your car and then they're held liable for it. But like they won't even, like I would drop my car off and like within 5 minutes, people would be calling me like, hey, you gotta come get this thing. Like we can't do anything. This shit's totaled. Like we can't even touch this fuck. I was like, really? I was like, why are these guys being pussies? So I took it to like 2 different shops, and then finally I took it to I used to live right next door to a mechanic. So I took it to him, and he even called me. He was like, hey bud, yeah, this shit's fucked, dude. He's like, you gotta get a new car. And I was like, dude, come on, don't tell me that. And he's like, bro, if I were to even attempt to do anything on this car, it's going to cost you the same amount of money it's going to cost you to just go get a new car. I was just like, fuck me, man. So, old girl, like the car, the funny thing about the car though, it was still driving. It was still driving for a decent while. For a decent while of drive, and then it just started overheating. Like it would get like really hot, and then it would start smoking. I was like, "Oh fuck, man!" And so that happened like twice, and I was like, "Dang, I gotta get rid of old girl. I gotta get rid of old girl." The fucked up thing in Philly is, depending on certain streets, like if you park your car and like you live in front of like you park your car in front of your house, right? Sometimes these fuckers will like come by and like ticket your car. Like, if you haven't like moved it in a while or something. So I was like afraid that was gonna start happening. Luckily, I kind of lived. I don't want to say it was the hood. It was like hoodish, I lived like right off of I lived on like Market and like 54th, like right below the L train. Like the L was like literally like right in front of my house, which is like I was like, man, this is so weird. I've done this like when I first moved to Philly, I lived in Kensington, and I lived like right underneath the L. Then as well, and then it was like full circle. I was like, dang. The L is literally, my front yard is the L. Which, yeah, like, perks. Like, I could literally hop on the train and get anywhere in the city in, like, no time, but you could never, like, sit out there and just, like, hang out because every 15 minutes the fucking train would come by. Everything was just always dusty because the train. And also just, like, West Philly, for some odd reason, just, I don't know. West Philly outside of, like, University City and where the white kids roam is really a shithole. It's like a real big shithole, unfortunately. Yeah, it's pretty gnarly. But West Philly does rule. I would say, I always tell people, like, that are like, oh, I'm about to move to Philly, like, you were a Philly guy for a while, like, how is it? And I was like, you should not move anywhere but West Philly for, like, the first like 2 years. You should live in West Philly, make a bunch of friends, because it's mad easier to do it in West, because I think there's like 3 bars to go to out in West Philly. So you're gonna see everybody multiple times, to the point where, like, you've seen a person enough times that you're just like, I'm just gonna go talk to this person, like, or you join a Muay Thai gym. You join a gym. You join, like, I don't know, some type of socialist thing. You become a communist. You got to become a communist out there. But in doing so, you will make friends so fucking fast. It's insane. Like I lived in North Philly, South Philly for, like, I don't even know how many years I lived in both of those places, and I hated it. I hated Philadelphia so much. I hated Philly with, like, the utmost passion, because it was so fucking hard to make friends. Especially in South Philly. Like, in South Philly, it's like, unless, like, you grew up there, like, you ain't making no fucking friends. Unless you're, like, one of those dudes, like, you gotta be, like, come, like, a regular at a bar. But even then, like, I don't know, I just didn't have the charisma or whatever it took to, like, make homies. Especially in North Philly. I mean, the entire time I lived in North Philly, I was never there, because I was like, I live in, like, a literal shithole. No offense to, people that live in North Philly, but it was rough. I mean, it's, obviously it's rough. It's on the news all the time. There's documentaries about it. It's a rough fucking place. But the people there are actually really cool. Like most places that are, like, rough and forgotten about, as long as you're not, like, a dickhead, man, it's a pretty cool place. It's pretty cool. I remember getting into a huge... I didn't almost get beat up. There was I was still, like, a young, fresh doe-eyed suburban boy living in, like, the city. And there was a homeless guy underneath the L, literally, like ping-ponging off of cars as they're going by, because he was so fucked up. And I was like, dude, like, this is crazy that, like, nobody's trying to help this guy. Like, nobody's trying to fucking help this guy. So, like, I was disgusted. I was like, these fucking animals. Like, just because we live in a city, we can't look after each other? What the fuck? And so I put on my like, my little savior boots, and I was like, I'm gonna get this guy out the street. And so I didn't want to touch him, though. So that's how That's how cool. That's how white knighty I was. I was like, I want to help this guy, but I'm not. I'm definitely not going to. Definitely not going to touch this guy. But so I sat there on like the sidewalk and I'm like, hey man, like you got to get out the road, man. Like what are you doing? What's going on? Are you on something? And he's just like, no. So I'm like talking to him and he's like coming towards me and then cars are like honking because he's still on the road and I'm like, I don't know what to fucking tell you. Like I'm trying to help this fucking guy and everyone's like, get the fuck out of the road, you fucking idiots. And finally, like this guy, like this big guy walks up and I was like, hey man, do you think you could like help me like just get this guy out of the fucking road? Like, you know, he's been getting hit by cars and shit. And the guy was just like, yeah man, let's do it. And so now we're both trying to like talk this guy, you know, into coming to like the sidewalk and he's still not doing it. Like we're both kind of like, we both get on like either side of him and we're both kind of like trying to like, come on, like let's get out of the road. And then at one point, like cars are honking so bad that like the guy that's like helping me, he starts to freak the fuck out. Like he's like, let's go the guy, and he starts just like going at it with this one car. Like they're fucking like, fuck you, motherfucker, I'll beat your ass, I'll kill you, motherfucker. Get out the car, you know, like, and I'm like, oh my god. And so that's happening, and I'm still like trying to get this guy out of the street. And so I'm like, okay, clearly like this is gonna like fade down. Like this car is just gonna, you know, they're gonna keep screaming fuck you and then they're gonna get out of here. Like, you know, like you do in Philly. You yell at each other, you go, I'll beat your ass, and then the other person goes, do it, and then you both just drive away. Nobody gets hurt. But I guess this guy was talking like next level shit. And so they spun around. All 8 of these dudes get out of the car. It's like a bunch of like young guns, right? It's like a bunch of young motherfuckers. I was like, oh my god, this guy fucked up. So like, I'm not even lying. It's like 8 kids get out of this car and they're like, what's up, motherfucker? What's up? And the guy's still talking shit. Like he won't just be like, hey, you know what? My bad. You know, I didn't realize there was 8 of you in there. He was like, fuck it, dude, I'm not backing down. And so, you know, they're screaming at each other. And I think they thought I was with them. So like they come over to me. They're like, the fuck's going on, man? Like, why are you motherfuckers in the street? And I was like, look, I'm not trying to fight anybody. I'm just trying to get this fucking homeless guy out of the street because he's getting hit by cars. And they all like stop and they all look at the guy. And he's still just like, you know, zombied out in the street. And they like turn to me and they go, man, you dumb motherfucker, man. Fuck that guy, man. Why are you trying to help this motherfucker? These motherfuckers are stupid, dude. They're on drugs. You ain't never seen nobody on drugs? And I was like, no, I just want to help someone. They're like, man, you better go on. And so then they go back to like starting shit with the other guy that was like talking shit because they just knew. They're like, all right, this is literally just like some like suburbanite idiot that just moved here and has never seen people on like fentanyl. And so they keep going at it. And I've only seen this twice in my life. Like I've only seen and this is what scares me about fighting and why I decided to take up Muay Thai when I did, so that you could always be prepared for this. But every now and then you run into a motherfucker that is just like, I cannot wait to get into a fucking fight. I can't wait. I'm excited about like I play situations out in my head. I cannot wait for a motherfucker to say like the wrong thing to me and it's not my fault, like they initiate it and I just get to wail on somebody. And so the tallest of like these kids, right? I guess he must have been like the oldest brother or something. It must have been like a family, you know, like he picked them all up from school or some shit, right? So this guy,
He's like, let's fucking fight, man. Let's fucking do it. And the guy's like, the guy that was helping me was like, yeah, motherfucker, let's do this shit. Let's do this shit. And this guy's a big guy, too. The guy that like started helping me, realistically, might have been able to fuck all these dudes up. He was a big fucking dude. Like, he probably would have, like, if he was like, you know what I mean, like, angered enough, or if he had like any type of training, it would have been bad. He would have fucking mollywopped all these kids. But he didn't have any training. He probably hasn't fought in forever. And he saw the situation. He's like, I'm not going to fight. Because if I beat this one guy up, all 8 of these kids are going to jump on me and beat the fuck out of me. So the guy that's just like, that jumped out the car is like, yeah, motherfucker, let's do this shit, motherfucker. I love this shit. I live for this shit. He said that while taking off a coat. This guy was disrobing. This is the middle of winter in Philadelphia. It is cold as fuck. And this guy is like, yeah, motherfucker, I like this shit. I live for this shit. Like, was saying that shit to this guy. And that made me be like, holy shit. And it made the other guy that he was just like, nah, fuck this. I'm good. I'm fucking good. And he grabbed his shit and like got out of there. And meanwhile, I'm just like, so is anyone gonna help me get this guy? And they're like, man, fuck that guy, dude. You don't need to be doing shit like this, bro. And then they all jumped in their car and like drove off. And so meanwhile, like, I'm still sitting there and just like, what the fuck? What am I doing, dude? And then this other guy, right? This other guy comes up to me, mad. Like, this guy's been in the system. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy is a bona fide, like, the type of dude you don't want to piss off. For fucking sure. Tattoos on his face. Phillied out. This guy is like, you see this motherfucker in an alley, you gotta get out of that alley. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just a bad looking motherfucker. So he comes up to me and I'm like, great. Now I'm about to get like what else is gonna fucking happen? And so he's like, you know, calls me, he's like, hey yo, I saw that shit, man. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm just trying to get this guy out the street. He's like, yeah, that's all? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, goes over, grabs the guy, throws him to the curb, right in front of me. And I'm just like, like I'm saying, this dude literally was like, yo, you trying to get that dude? Goes up to the guy, grabs him, launches him to the curb. And then he comes over to me, he's like, there you go. And I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, hey, you gotta do the right thing though. You gotta get these motherfuckers some milk. I was like, I'm leaving, dude. I'm done. This is wild. And he's like, alright. And he just like walked away. But we got the guy out the street. We got him out the street. Hopefully. But it was the wildest thing ever. Living in Kensington. He said, oh yeah, you just trying to get this motherfucker out the street? And I was like, yeah, man. And he just went over there, flung that dude. I've never seen. Flung him, and then the guy tried to get up. I forgot about this. The guy tried to get up from the curb, and he just kicked him in the chest. He kicked him in the fucking chest, and the dude just like crumbled. And he's like, hey man, you gotta do the right thing. Yeah, you get that motherfucker some milk. I was like, dude, I'm leaving. I'm done. That was enough. That was enough Kensington for one fucking day. Kensington was crazy. That was like one of the darker periods of my life, but that was like what, 2015 to 2017 was like two of like the darkest years of my life. That shit sucked. I had like just did Plunder. I did like my first creator-owned book and like nobody read it. It did horribly to the point where like my editor left. Like after like the first issue, my editor became an editor, like a very big editor now. She's like huge.
But she left our book like right after the first issue, and pretty much from there, I mean, she probably smelled the chum in the water. She was like, "Well, this is gonna do poorly." She's like, "I got an offer to go work on." I'm not gonna say the books, but you know, she worked. She made a good jump. She made the right decision by going to a bigger, better company. But yeah. So that happened. So we had like 4 different editors for the rest of like it was like a 4-issue miniseries. So that failed. That like killed a friendship between me and my buddy Swifty for a little bit. It's exactly like if you've never watched like Neil Brennan and well, it's mostly Neil Brennan because Neil Brennan talks about it the most. But Neil talks about like when you make a bomb with somebody, you both just quietly walk away from each other for a few years. And you don't really like, you know what I mean? There's just like this stink on both of you that you're both just like, ooh, well, that was rough. Let's maybe, I'll talk to you when I talk to you, buddy. So that's how that was. I did this guy's teeth a different way. Hold up, I gotta get the page. Alright, we're actually making pretty good time. Damn, where's this motherfucker's teeth at? Aha! Alright. So that's what this guy's teeth are supposed to look like. Keep this right here. And I might actually be able to ink both these pages in like 3 hours. Where are we at? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. This is just really dark. Just living in Kensington. I had a book fail, and I thought that like, regardless, like once you're in the industry, you're just in it. And I didn't realize like you get in with a book. And then you have to like keep starting over. Especially if like the last thing you did not do really well. You basically have to just get back in line and like pitch again. Which I didn't know that. I thought I was just like, oh yeah, like they'll call me. I'll be good. Like there's more gigs to come, you know? That didn't happen. So I just floundered around for like a year. I did this comic for a vapor company, which I fucked up because I was high. I was really addicted to smoking weed at this time. So I got hired by this company. They're like, yo, you got full reign. You can create the characters. You get to create the characters. You get to write it. What I should have done in hindsight is I should have grabbed Swifty. And I should have been like, here, this isn't the greatest payday for either of us, but you know, like let's just do this. Like we'll do this together. It'll build our it'll build our resume as a working duo. And keep us working, you know. And also he was like way more experienced writer than I was. But like I said, at the time, like we just made a bomb. You know, when you make a bomb with somebody, you just like, hey man, yeah, I'll see you when I'm in New York. I'll text you. You know, like he's like, if I'm in Philly, yeah, dude, we'll definitely get dinner. We'll get dinner. Yeah. So I just was like, nah, man, I fuck that. I'll do this. I'll do this myself. I'll write and draw this shit myself. I got this, dude. I promise you I got this. And I convinced the company. They were like, okay, like, fuck it. Sure. Whatever. So convinced them to let me do it. I did, like, one issue that they printed, and then another one that they never did anything with. Like, I finished it. It took me like forever to finish stuff back then, because I didn't know what I was doing. So like I would get stressed. You know, I was smoking like crazy. I was waking and baking like every day, which is not good. Especially if I don't know, if you're not good at that. Like I wasn't good at doing that shit. There's other people. I got like friends that can smoke all day. All day they can sit around and just get high and pump out work. Good work. I could not do that shit. I'll get high and be like, yeah, you wanna watch Bob's Burgers? Let's watch 4 episodes of Bob's Burgers. Because at the time I was also dating a grad student. So all she was on her dissertation. So all she had to do was like write for a year. We didn't get shit done. The entire year we were together. She failed her dissertation. She like you have to go like, what's it called? I forget what it's called, but you basically like, you make your dissertation and then you have to go present it to like the committee, and then the committee like approves it or whatever. I forget what the hell it's called, but she failed hers, and then like I also like I ruined that opportunity because they were like, hey, we're just gonna do 6, like, you know what I mean, like we have 6 bottled flavors. I still think about this to this day, how bad I fucked that one up. But they're like, yeah, you got 6 characters, you just come up with the story. We want it to kind of be like Sin City. And I was like, dude, that's fucking easy. Like, I love Frank Miller. I have everything that Frank Miller's ever worked on. Like, dude, you're in the right hands. And they're like, bet. And then I proceeded to... It took me... I think the first one took like 3 months to get done. And then the second one took like 4. It was crazy, dude. I was like, oh, shit. But they did pay me, which was cool. The guys paid me, and then just never responded to anything else after that. And I was also, a thing that I would do back then is like, if I felt like I fucked up a project, I would just be like, yeah, I fucked that one up. And I just wouldn't just like, hey, like, you want to work together again? Or I don't know. I would just not. I don't know. I wouldn't try to be like cool about it. Like if I fucked something up now, which I haven't done in forever, but if I were to do that, I'd be like, hey, look, like that went bad. Don't pay me all of that money. Like, give me like a little bit, or like give me like a chance to like fix this, because you got to keep people happy, you know what I mean? But they're spending money on you. But back then, I was just like, fuck it, dude. Another job will come. I don't need these fuckers. And I was very egotistical. Fun times. That's why now... is that a specific kind of tombow you're using? I don't think the ones I've got would spot blacks as cleanly as you seem to be doing. Actually, all your lines are holding cleaner / darker than mine. No. These are, just the blue Fudenosuke, tombows. Yeah, and then, this guy, like, I dip. I don't use the ink that comes in these guys. I use super black, and then I just keep the ink really low inside of a jar. So I just use it like a brush, basically. I hate the ink that comes in these things. They're so gray. Not a big fan. The only thing that happens that's a little tricky when you dip these is that if you don't use them all the time, they'll dry out and you gotta like clean them. But that only happens every now and then.
Hold up. Definitely fucked up this panel.
How's it going, Andrew? Welcome to the show.
But I really want to do like a YouTube essay. 'Cause I've been really into those about like what not to do in your career.
It's like, I'll tell you, I definitely can't tell you what to do, but I can definitely tell you what not to do.
Definitely give you some tips on that. Hey Siri, set a timer for 28 minutes. I have not
28 minutes. Starting now.
I have not set a timer at all today. I gotta keep my timers going. Alright, cool. Alright, here comes the really fucking hard part, is flames.
So this character here is Agent Bronson, and he is a pyro telekinetic. So he can use fire. Fire. He's a fire guy. What kind of tombows have you used before, Andrew? I remember finding out about I used to use a brush pretty exclusively. And I liked brushes, but like I just never could get the line that I wanted out of like a brush unless I was inking like very large, like super. Anytime I had to work really big, that's usually when I was like, yes, brushes rule. But anytime I had to ink like a comic page, it was just such a freaking battle. And then I got the Pentel brush pen because I saw like everybody was using that, and I was like, yeah, let me get into that thing. And I liked it. I just didn't like the fact that you had to recharge it, you know what I mean? Like, and then sometimes like what would happen? Like sometimes you get like, I don't know, what would happen that made me not like those things? Depending on like the weather. Ooh. Depending on the weather, like whatever, like if it was like really hot, those brush pens would go nuts. And then when it was like really cold, it'd be nice to ink with. But yeah, summertime, inking with those brush pens, not good. And then I also had the same thing where it was just like, I was buying those so much, and it must be the way that I ink. I ink pretty, I do press down pretty hard when I'm inking. So I was just like destroying those things. I don't know what the fuck it was, but like I would just destroy the tips on those Pentels. And then I'd talk to people and they'd be like, dude, I've had a Pentel brush pen. I've had the same Pentel brush pen for 5 years. I've never had an issue with it. And I'm like, really, dude? I've gone through like I was going through those things like crazy, man. It was nuts. And so I was like, okay, maybe I'm using like the cheap ones, like, cause I'll just buy them. You know, you can buy them anywhere. Go to my local art store. Shit,
Gotta stop doing that.
Hey, thanks a lot, Nail Elegance. I appreciate the sub. I wish it would tell me if when people sub. But so I was working on one book, and I had like a pretty nice advance.
I'm not bragging.
But I got a really nice advance, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy the most expensive Pentel pocket brush pens on jetpens.com. Like, I'm just gonna go on there, and I'm like the price does not matter, basically. Like, you know what I mean? Nothing is too high right now. Like, I'm gonna buy like the nicest brush pen ever, and you know, I'm never gonna have to buy a brush pen ever again. And I did. So I bought two of like the most expensive ones that they had on there. Like, not, I know there's one on there that's like really expensive. I didn't get that one, but I got like the step below that. I got like two of them shits. And then they also had this thing where you could like recharge. I still have that thing. It's like a rechargeable brush pen. Like, you can use your own ink. Where is it? Getting distracted. Oh, here we go. Okay. So this guy, I never use this thing. Like, the tip is gone, as you can see. It's deceiving. That looks like a pretty decent tip. It's not. But it came with, I bought like these guys. These things are really cool. Like, you can get in there and like use your own ink. But I was using super black with this, and like this shit would clog all the time. Just such a pain in the ass. Such a pain in the butt. So I just gave up because I bought the most expensive one I could buy. Within like a week of using it, the tips had died on both of them. And I was just like, oh man, I don't know what to do. So I found out about these. I don't even remember how I found out about these. I might have been watching Daniel Warren Johnson stream, and I think he might have been using one. But I was like, all right, like, let me try it out, because otherwise, like, I think I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to go back to drawing comic pages at like 18 by 24, and then I can kiss my career goodbye. But what did I do? Yeah, I bought these and have not looked back. These are like the greatest pen ever created. The green one is really good too, but I personally like this. These, I feel like these last a little bit longer than the green ones do. But I hate to use Uncle Bezos, but Uncle Bezos has a really nice deal where you can get like 25 of these for like $25. So I did that because I was buying them like crazy. I was like, holy shit, I'm going through these things like I would go through these things like crazy. I don't even have anything cool to like compare it to. I was just going through them like nuts. And then I started recharging them. Like, I found out a way to, you can pop off the top, and then you can, if you have like a syringe, you can just like throw some ink in there, and they'll come back to life. But it's not an always guaranteed thing. So I was kind of doing that for a while, and I was just like, dude, I was like, I should be able to just afford, you know, I shouldn't be trying to save tombows. Like, they're not that expensive, you know. So I was just like, let me just buy in bulk and I'll just go through them, like, you know. It's getting a little messy. It's getting a little messy with these flames. It's a good thing this is not being colored because I would have to kill me because I do all the coloring on this book. I mean, this is still probably going to be a little bit of a pain to color, but whatever. Yeah. So I was either watching Dan's stream or I might have. I also just bought like a ton of pens that one time. From Jet Pens. Line work is spot on. Hey, thanks. Hey, what's up, Brian? How's it going? Thank you. Yeah, I've been last 2 years I've been a student at the I've been a student of the School of Bande Dessinée and Toth. Nah, I don't know. I don't know why. I've just been trying to not rely so much on my blacks to do all the work. And try to let the try to make sure that the line art can do some of the heavy lifting now. It's so funny. Such a funny turn. Make sure you're spotting your blacks. It's like, hey, we couldn't have thought of anything. We couldn't have thought of another way to say that. The hell you mean spotting your blacks? So he's pissed, right? So let's figure out what shape is going to give us the fact that he's pissed. Well, he's kind of in a trance. Yeah, he's like a little bit like, he's not pissed off, but he's just like, he just kind of got brought back to life with like an adrenaline shot. So he's definitely awake. Let's get in here and clean this up. Yeah, it feels better. Man, flames are really hard to draw. I gotta like fill up a sketchbook with just like flame drawings. I think that's like the next deep dive. Unfortunately, let's see. Damn, we're almost done with this page. I think I literally might be able to do it. Do two and ooh, yeah. Okay, yeah. We're at the let's go. I'd be a real winner if I could if I could figure out how to do flames with a brush. Just like big black. I actually might turn these flames black Maybe. Because, like, I was doing this with blood for, like, a while. Like, anytime I had to draw blood, I would, I'd do all this line work for blood. And it was, like, always just, like, such a pain in the ass to do. Because, you really have to, like, kind of, like, plan out, like, what your blood's going to look like. I really don't like these flames. I might have to actually redo. I might redo them. But, it took me a while to realize that if you just make your blood black, it's like a lot easier to ink, way funner to ink, and then it's like another like fun part of your page, like, you know what I'm saying, like it's like another like visual treat on the page. But I might have to do that with my flames now. Or maybe just his, since it's like some weird psychic shit anyway. I love drawing blood, splatter, sweat, anything to add volume to a shape or motion. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely, if it's done right, it can really bring shit to like the next level. But yeah. Yeah, no, it's fun when it's good, you know what I mean? Because then you're like, yeah, look at that. Like, Ryan Otley, I feel like, has never missed when it comes to that. Like, that dude is so good at drawing, like, blood and... Hold up. He's so good at drawing blood. Blood and splatter. Alright, speaking of blood. Oh man, hanging in. Just kind of chilling, watching other better artists do their thing. Damn, than me? Brutal. I'm joking. I'm just checking in. This guy sucks, so I'm gonna go watch somebody. I'm gonna go watch some better people. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. Do you do borders digitally or just save to the end? I do them. It depends on how late I am. Like this chapter, I was like really cutting it close, so I didn't have time to do the panel borders, but I'm still I have a little bit of time left, so when I do, like this is page 1 of this chapter,
I'll make sure to knock it out then. But yeah, it's just really like a timing thing. It's kind of nice to do it digitally, just because it's like so much quicker. But then just like you just have all these like original pages that just don't have panel borders on them. But it's fine because I'm like, you know what? I'm probably never gonna sell any of these pages from Nosebleed. Mostly just because I work so fast on them that like I'm like, I don't know if anybody would want one of these, but if someone were to hit me up, like my buddy bought the cover. My buddy was like, yo, I need that cover. And I was like, alright, well, you want to do it for this? And they were like, yeah. And they were like, alright, cool. So we did it. But, yeah, man. Yeah, this first page is nuts. Yeah. So this is chapter 5. And then, this is chapter 5 that I'm working on right now. I got to get this done like within like the next 2 days. Luckily, I'm good to go. I'm good to go for sure. But yeah, I really like how I spotted the blacks on this one and the action. I've been really trying to make these last 2 chapters like there's like a ton of action going on because there's more psychics being thrown into the mix now. Okay, let's see. Also, my desk is a little tilted weird, so... Alright. So it looks like my pages are weird. But, don't worry about that. Oh yeah, I spilled fucking coffee all over my laptop yesterday because we're in the process of getting an apartment for... Oh my god, it's such a pain in the ass. So like me and my girlfriend are like going back and forth because the paperwork I sent over wasn't like the exact paperwork that they needed. And I was like getting frustrated and I was like, man, fuck, like what do they want? Like my blood type? What do they want to know? Like why do they need to know? They need to know everything about you when you're getting an apartment in New York. It is like, it's insane. Like how invasive it is to get an apartment in New York. It's crazy. I've sent this guy, it's like I'm getting audited. I've sent him everything. He's got 15 different bank statements from me. It's like, cool man, if you want to see how broke I've been, here you go. They're probably sitting around laughing. They're like, how the fuck does this guy even live? You can't make any money. What the hell? It's like embarrassing, you know? Now I get why people get like... You know what I mean? Like, I understand why people get like sensitive about their personal finances. I'm like, yeah. Shit is gross. I'm going to try the brush. Oh, let's see. Mine are Fudenosuke 2. I've got a heavy hand for a straight brush work. When I first tried a tombow, it was a revelation, but I run through them at an insane rate. Yeah, me too, man. I'm going to try the brush pin dip strategy you're using. That's brilliant. I like brush pins, but again, just blast through them. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen it. I talked about it a little bit earlier, but Amazon does a really cool thing where you can get like 25 for like $25. Also, I like this guy. I've been using this guy like a lot. This is a it's an acrylic. It's an acrylic brush. It's an acrylic brush. It's like a number. I don't even know what number this is. Yeah, it's like probably like a 4, but it's awesome. These brushes rule. I'm never using watercolor brushes again for ink. They don't. You have to dip them a lot, but they don't get. They don't dry out and get crusty like watercolor brushes do when you use ink with them. They can handle the ink so much better than watercolor brushes. So they're called they're used for acrylic and oil, basically. Just the base. I like taped over the logo because I was having some hand problems, so I needed to give it a little bit more oomph. But yeah, try those two. If you don't like brush pens anymore, like I said, I already went on like a pretty lengthy tirade about not really liking brush pens, but yeah, the acrylic brushes are phenomenal, and they have a really nice snap to them as well. Like I was trying to tell my girlfriend, I was like, these brushes, they finish the line for you, and you can get that with watercolor brushes, but they cost so much money. Like, you know, like that's why everybody really liked the what are they called? The Winsor Newton 7, because those, when they worked really well, you would start a line and then you could just lift up your arm and the brush would snap. Like the brush would just like snap the rest of the line for you. It was really awesome. But I spent hundreds of dollars on those things, and I never could get a consistency with those. You know, it'd either be like it would dull after using it for a while because I have a heavy hand, or I would buy it, take it home, use it, and then it would just start fraying. It like, I don't know. But a lot of the old guys, they swear by those Winsor Newton 7 series. I'm sure back in like the 90s they were probably a lot better because manufacturing back then was a lot better. The Forbes interview was great. I'll talk to you about that in 1 second. Let me finish. But yeah, Forbes. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, this is this thing that I'm writing right now, like a little video essay about just like things you got to kind of do, even if you're being published. You know, you still gotta put your feet to the ground and get some press for your books. So for Nosebleed, like, I'm really proud of it. I'm really proud of this book through and through. As messy as it is, as weird as it is, I'm really proud of it. And I told myself when this comes out, I'm not just gonna like sit around and like wait for interview requests or any of that, because like that stuff doesn't really happen. Like, you know, you really gotta just do it. You gotta figure it out yourself. So I just been on the hunt, and anybody I saw that like, you know, has written about a comic book, I've basically emailed. I've emailed everybody. But the Forbes people, I saw this guy. He was like a Philly guy, and he reviewed somebody's book. I forgot which one it was that I liked, but I liked it, and I sent him an email. I was like, hey man, like, great write-up on such and such's book. I was wondering if I could send you mine, if you'd like to do, you know, an article on it or something. And I was like, there's no fucking way this guy's gonna hit me back. Like, he works for Forbes. Also, it's a horror comic. Like, they're not gonna fucking review this. And that later that day, he was like, yeah man, send it over. And I was like, what? So I sent it over, and he was like, well, let me read it first, you know, and then I'll get back to you. And I was like, okay, cool. So I sent it over, didn't hear anything for like a week, maybe like a week or two. This page is done. Let's look real quick. Yes. Might go back and fuck with these flames a little bit. Also, that body looks weird, but it's just because my desk is like super tilted right now. Everybody's proportional. Everybody's proportionally correct. We should look at it like this. I was like, yo, the dude's head is gigantic. And then it's like, never mind, no it's not. Gigantic, good to go. Gigantic, good to go. Yeah, my back has been, I sound like a complaining motherfucker today. I'm sorry, you guys. My back has been hurting, so my desk has to be like super duper tilted right now. Let's ink this page, and then let's get the hell out of here. But yeah, so I hit him up. Definitely was like, he's definitely not gonna probably like this book or be like, hey, I like this, but we can't review this. This is like, you know, I don't know, can't do it. So then he sent me back. He was like, hey, this book's pretty awesome. Hold up, I gotta fix this tilt. This tilt's like kind of driving me nuts. There you go. Does that look better for you guys? Is that better? Yes, that looks like that feels a lot better for people to watch at home. Anyway, yeah, hit me back, and he was like, yeah, I like this shit. Let's do it. And so he sent me some questions. He just like sent me like some questions, and I was just like, oh man, is it gonna be like one of these articles where it's just like, hey Derek, how's it going? And I'm like, you know, like what were you thinking of when you were writing Nosebleed? And I was, you know, I fill out the question. So I did it, and I was like, all right, whatever, man, it's Forbes, fuck it. And I sent it off, and I was like, okay, well, I guess, you know, it'll be. In the past, when I've gotten interviews like that, where like they just send you some questions and they're just like, just fill out the questions and then we'll run it. I bullshitted my way through them. Like I would just be like, I was bullied as a kid. That's why I made this book, you know. But for this one, I was like, fuck it. If this is what this is gonna be, I'm gonna overwrite like crazy. So every question I basically wrote like a paragraph. And then he like you know, I sent it to him and he was like, all right, cool, like I'll send it to you when it runs. And like at first I was kind of bummed. I was like, dang man, like that's what this article is gonna be, just like a fill in the blank, you know what I mean? And then the article comes out and it's really good. Like he took my answers and then he just like did his job. He wrote an article. Like it was great. I was like, holy shit, that's awesome. Like I was really worried, you know. So speaking of which, I gotta send that guy. I gotta send him a comic because I've just been sending out the like a low res review copy to people, and if people give it like a good, you know, good review, I'm like, hey, like I'll send you one, you know. So yeah, in a long story short, that's how that came about. I found the guy's email, and yeah, hit him up, man. This is what you gotta do. Unfortunately, you gotta put your feet to the ground, and you really got to, you know, it's only taken me this long to. I keep thinking, you know, I'm a little naive. In thinking that, like, okay, if I just do really good work, you know, good things will come. And, like, sometimes that does happen, for sure. But you can't really count on that. You really have to, sounds like I'm being an influencer. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to sound like a fucking guru. But, yeah, no, man, you really got to advocate for yourself. You really do. Lay it on thick, dude. That's what they want for those pieces. Yeah. Yeah, he was like, he sent me a thing back. He's like, oh man, these are great. And I was like, oh hell yeah. Because I've definitely gotten those in the past where I was just like, this lazy writer doesn't want to actually just interview me. Fuck this guy. And then I end up like screwing myself over. But this time I was like, nope. Come on, baby.
Top 10 Jones over here. We can't. Gotta come correct. Top 10 Jones, baby. Anyway, I'm gonna stop cursing as much because somebody came in here and was like, "Hey, this is really relaxing watching you draw." I'm like, it can't possibly be relaxing. I've been cursing like crazy. I've been on here like swearing like a madman, but I'll take it if they think it's relaxing. I'll try to keep it chill. I'll try to keep the cursing to a minimum. How's that sound? Guru Jones. Dang right. I'm a guru. I'm the guru now. But yeah, man, what are you guys doing today? Is it, anybody gonna, like, cook out? Do anything cool? This gun keeps changing, which is like really funny. It's supposed to be like a laptop, basically, that just like transforms into a gun. Just because, like, you know, these two operatives are like covert, so they, you know, I can't have them like roll up and just like have badass guns. To me, that seems like a little silly, even though you totally can do that. There's no rule saying you can't do that, but yeah, I just wanted to make it covert. I also really wanted to draw. I really wanted to draw this. I really wanted to draw like a transformation sequence. So, also, here's another. You know, really cutting it close to the deadline, so. But I made the panel borders for this. But yeah, this gun just keeps getting more detailed the more comfortable I get drawing it, which is funny. Now there's like little rivets and stuff in it. It's like, all right, oh, it's not a laptop anymore. Now it's like a full gun, fully gun. A gun dang. A dang Gundam. Alright. Oh, this is the dry one. You know what? I'm gonna actually use this. Because I kind of want to give him that Johnny Blaze look. Is anybody cooking out today? Today's definitely a holiday, I'm sure. Looks like a Kevin Eastman style gun. Man, I still have not finished The Last Ronin yet. With those Kevin Eastman pages, I was like, jeez. He's a very smart cartoonist. Cause I don't want to like trash the man, you know. He doesn't have to draw anymore, so I think it's fair to say that, you know, his skills have diminished a little bit. But he was there's like a part where it's like a flashback or something, and like one of the turtles is like hiding in like a whatchamacallit, like a cargo bay, and it's kind of hard to read like what's going on, but he was smart enough to write like cargo bay, like, you know, like on side of the, I'm really trying not to, I'm like watching my words because I don't want to talk shit. I'm not trashing the guy, but like I just thought it was like a funny, like, oh yeah, you're a cartoonist. Like a good way to be like, look, he's in an airport cargo bay, alright? It even says it on the wall, okay? I don't want nobody hitting me up being like, where's Donnie supposed to be hiding? Like it says it on the wall. He's a creator and wants to create. You really should read early Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I keep hearing that. I definitely keep hearing that. I don't know, man. I mean, I will. Fuck. Hold up. There's something I wanted to reference. Where's that? Where is it? I definitely didn't get rid of it. What was that? Alright, I'm fucking around. I'm getting tired. Aha. You can always tell I'm getting tired. I'll just start screwing around. Hey Siri, set a timer for 28 minutes.
28 minutes. Starting now.
Forgot the timer went off already. Okay, so I just wanted to look at this. Okay. So I kind of wanted to reference this, but then upon looking at it, kind of don't. Because I don't think that's going to go well with that. But I'm going to keep it out just to kind of take a look. Did anybody go see Furiosa yet? Not yet. I kind of want to go see it tonight. I'm supposed to be hanging out with a buddy. In a few hours. I might try to see if he wants to just go see Furiosa. Doesn't look as like, I don't remember that. I don't think Mad Max Fury Road lost money, but this one looks like it has like way less money than the first one for some odd reason. Yeah, like I don't know. There's like looks like it uses like a lot more CGI than the other one did. Damn, dude, Johnny Blaze does rule. So yeah, I don't know. There's a part of me that like wants to see it, but there's also a part of me that like I've seen like a couple snapshots from it. I'm like, yo, this shit looks fucking. Shit looks like a TV movie. But then I'm also like, oh yeah, like that dude's pushing like 80. Like I'm sure he's like, hey man, I ain't trying to hang out in no fucking desert. Cause that first one was like all real. Like I don't think they used any CGI in that, including when they killed people. I'm joking. But I think a lot of it was like pretty much actual stunts for the most part, right? Like I mean, you know, obviously. But there's just like one scene like in the trailer that looks, you know, it's like this like baby, I don't know what it is, but it's like a really extreme close up of like this like silver painted kid, and I'm like, all right, dude, that looks crazy. That looks like that don't even look like it was. It looks like a fucking video game. I don't know. Is it the same team as the last movie? I'm not sure. I'd imagine. All right. Here, 1 second, you guys. Gotta get out the tracing paper. Because a part of me, like, this guy is like heating up, basically, right? He's heating up. So there's a part of me that kind of wants to go like, kind of like this. But then I'm afraid it's gonna like clash with this. 'Cause I really like this because it just guides the eye. Let's see. I mean, maybe it might work. Let's see. So like kind of like that. I don't know. Or you know, do we just Sin City it out? I don't know. Let's see. I don't think it was filmed under the same harsh conditions. Yeah, I mean, Tom Hardy and what's her name still don't speak to this day because of that. The that movie is so good, but yeah, I guess it like really pushed the actors, huh? Let's see. Man, that movie was fun. I remember it felt like I was on like every drug imaginable at one point watching that flick. I typically tend to get really excited when I'm watching a movie. That one was tight. I remember just being like, what the frick? Maybe it's a combination we could do. I'm gonna have to kind of do like this. Also, this tracing paper, man, is so good. It's like it's not super smooth, but it's like smooth with a little bit of tooth. This shit is amazing. I've had this stuff for like 2 years, and like I found it the other day because I'm like cleaning my studio, and I was like, yo, this shit is amazing. So maybe it's like something kind of like this. What do you guys think? Should I just go solid black, kind of like I saw a video for Akuma, but I haven't clicked it yet. I do have a very cool Street Fighter project coming up that I'm pretty excited about. Let's see. But no, I haven't checked it out. I mean, I can only imagine it's fucking awesome though, because Akuma rules. Same thing with the Revenant. Difficult to get actors or studios on board to do a movie like in extreme temperatures, and then also having to get up extremely early in the morning so the lighting is just right. Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, I can't imagine filming in the desert. I heard it's fucking awful. What do you guys think? Should I go pitch black or kind of flame it out? I don't fucking know. Alright, let's figure this out. Let's do this. I'm gonna go solid black. Let's just see what it looks like. What is it? I can't speak on it. I can't speak on it, or it'll never freaking happen. So, but just you wait. It's going to be cool. That looks kind of cool. No, I hate to be that person, but I'll let you know. I'll tell you off air. Yes, texture gods. The texture gods have spoken. They said, Derek, I think this tombow's starting to die. What a bummer. We've been having such a good time.
Oh, you know who I could look up for this? I could look at some Ramita. Because Ramita does like a cool Thor.
Kind of like how I'm thinking. This must be where this morning, I was reading some John Romita Jr. Thor from the All Heroes Reborn stuff. Not the best. It's not the best. Like Ramita. It's not the best JR stuff, but it's still fun. The more and more I look at it, the more and more I like it. But sometimes Ramita's kind of like Kirby for like the uninitiated. Like when I first got into Kirby, I was like, this shit is trash. I don't know what everybody's talking about. This is the worst looking shit I've ever seen. And then like, I don't know, like a week later, I was like, he's the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. There's nobody better than Kirby. All comics should look like this. I think it took, what was I was reading like New Gods or something. I was like, yo, this shit fucking slaps. All right, I gotta refill this. Okay, so you guys want to see this real quick? So this thing is super cool. I'm gonna move this page just in case ink splurts out of it. So this thing's cool. Yeah, see, sometimes like ink will fucking go all over the place. But basically, you put this little guy. You want to let's see. You want to push him all the way down, like that. Alright, I gotta probably stop talking as much. We're at 2 hours. Get you some ink, and then you put this in here, and then you like you unscrew it, and so it uses like the unscrewing motion to like bring ink up into this this little cartridge thing. It's pretty fucking cool. Cool. And then I'll show you. Then you just connect this guy and this guy away from your pages, because sometimes it'll still kick up some ink. And then it usually takes like a couple seconds for the ink to kind of go down, but you can also just like push it down. Yeah.
right, wicked. Cool, we're good to go. Yeah, I was talking shit on this guy earlier. This little pen. It's still cool. It's just really bummed out that the tip died on me so quickly. Any farts? See if we can make this work. Now this tip is pretty good. Maybe I just didn't have as good a control when I was using this earlier. That was like 3 years ago. Yeah, I might have just sucked. I might have just been a really shitty. Because now this thing feels great. Interesting. I gotta get the mic going, because it's making some nice noises right now. Alright. Looks kind of cool. It's kind of what I was thinking of. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna stick with that. Let's go. I'm gonna keep using this guy. You guys should see the cat right now. She's there's all these boxes all over the house, and she is in heaven right now. Anybody else's cat like boxes? Mine is like cuckoo for that shit.
Fuck. Damn. Alright. Hey Siri, set timer for 2 minutes. Anyway.
Starting now.
Sick. We are so close. I'm pretty excited to ink this. Might change the face up a little bit more on that one though, but yeah, I think I'm gonna. I was intending on only streaming for like 3 hours, but I kind of. Damn, actually, I really like these looking at these. Damn, that kind of looks cool. Fuck. Wish I had figured it out. Well, I still have white out. I do still have white out. Alright. I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna get in there for a little bit. Maybe. Moving I figured out I had so many friggin' Pokemon cards. So I've been like putting them out throughout the neighborhood. So some neighborhood kid is gonna be stoked, dude. They're gonna be stoked for about 5 minutes, and they're gonna be like, "This is all commons, uncommons, holographic, like the bad holographic, where it's like the background's holographic, but not the actual, like the card is a holograph, but not the actual art." Which is like a fun little thing Pokemon has started doing. But yeah, I got so many freaking Pokemon cards, man. I'm glad to be getting rid of these shits. I saved everything that was shiny, basically. Just in hopes that, you know, if another pandemic happens, I'll be like, oh shit, I got a Charizard. People are paying so much money. Hey Siri, set a timer for 28 minutes.
28 minutes. Starting now.
People are paying so much money for a dang old Charizard. I'm trying to think what's like the most expensive card I have. I didn't get into buying like I got into like the buying part. I got into the buying part a little bit late. But the most expensive card I think I owned or I spent money on was shit, I don't know. I did the dumb thing. Like I was just buying cards. Like I would use them shits as like if I'd finish a gig, right? Like my reward would be like I could go to like Target and get a couple Pokemon card packs and just like, you know, wing it. And that's how you end up with like 1,000 cards. Such a bad idea. I have so many just like bullshit cards. So I started, once I kind of was like, alright dude, like I get it. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. For sure it's kind of fun. But this is terrible for our bottom line. You gotta chill out. So I stopped buying stopped going to like Target and buying cards. I really actually stopped it. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't really stop it because of like how bad it was for my wallet. They did this set called God damn, what was that set called? It was Pokemon Celebrations, where they kind of like sort of like re-released base set. They did like a reprinting of like base set Charizard, base set Venusaur, and base set Blastoise. So like I was like, all right, this is like my last hurrah. And one night, so they did that, and like those were actually pretty cheap. So I was just like, you know what? Every time I every job I finish, I'm just gonna buy. At least I'm gonna have a base set or a Celebrations Blastoise and Celebrations Venusaur, because those were like $10. So I was like, alright, I'll just buy those. But then I was like, well, I really want the Charizard, but I'm not going to spend money on a Charizard, because it's just... anything more than like $20 it's insane. Like, you really shouldn't be just blowing your money like that. And people are like spending crazy amounts of money on like Charizard cards and shit. It's like that's crazy, bro. That's how you know like you gotta go to therapy. You gotta go to therapy. It's time to go to therapy. Cause it's like if you spend like $200 like on like a perfect grade Gundam, at least you could be like, all right, when no one's home, I'm playing with this fucking thing. I'm flying it around the apartment. I'm gonna make it light up. You can get like a light up set for it. There's all types of things you can do with like, a perfect grade Gundam, or like a really expensive, like, I don't know, like Optimus Prime or something. Like, you know what I mean? No one's home. You can be like 8 years old again. But when you're spending like $1,000 on a literal piece of cardboard, like Pokemon cards are literally just cardboard. Not even cardboard, card stock. They're just card stock with some pretty cool art attached to them. And you see the price. There's this one card I've wanted for years that I'm just like, I'm not going to spend $60 on that. And $60 is nothing. Like I've got that right now. I got $60. I got $60 in the bank. But it's just the principle of like it getting here. I'm getting excited. My girlfriend's like, or my fiance's like, oh my god, like why are you so excited? And then I pull it out of the sleeve, and it's literally, Blaine's Arcanine. And then my girl is just like, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? I'm like, I don't know, it's fucking... That was the reason I really want Blaine's Arcanine so bad, because like that was like the last hurrah for me with Pokemon cards as a kid, because I'd still been collecting. I wasn't really watching the show that much, because the show is literally like a kid show. Like, if you're beyond like, I don't want to be mean, but like that show is just a straight up, it's like a show for kids. Like there's animes where you're like, all right, yeah, that's like meant for kids, but like adults can enjoy it too. Like no. Like this is literally a show for like, you put on at daycare and kids stop screaming for like 28 minutes. Like I tried. I was gonna do a Pokemon project. So I was like, let me see how Pokemon does it. Like, let me see how they tell stories. Like, let me go watch. I'll get back into the show. Let me start at some. Let's just see what the Pokemon anime, like how they tell stories. And I couldn't make it through, like, I don't even know which episode I got to, but I was like, holy shit! No wonder I hated this as a kid. This is for fucking babies. even as a kid, like I was like, I remember that shit came on, and I was like, yo, how old are we, bro? Why are we watching this? And then we got them games, and we were like, yo, which one did you choose? I got a Charizard. I never went with Charizard. I always would go with Blastoise or Venusaur. But anyway, what the fuck was I even talking about? Blaine's Arcanine. Like I kind of chilled out on collecting, but at this point, the big set was the Gym Heroes Unleashed set, which was really fucking cool, cause it was like you had these decks that you could build that would be like, you could be like Lieutenant, what's his name? Like it'd be like, you'd get like it basically, like it made theme decks that were, it was all the gym leaders. So you'd have like Blaine's, like the Pokemon cards would say like Blaine's Blastoise, or like, what's her name's Venusaur, and like Sabrina's Gengar. It was really cool set. Because at the bottom of the cards it would have like the gym badge and then like the gym leader's head, and like all the art was really cool. That shit was sick. But I somehow got a Blaine's Arcanine, and it was gorgeous. I still to this day, I look at that card at least every couple months when I've got like some funny money, like some extra funny money, and I'm like, let me see how much a Blaine's near mint is going for these days. And it's always just a little too expensive for my taste. It's always just a little too much. And it's never been like crazy. It's like, you know, I think there's like a couple near mints for like $100 or something like that. Like you know, like that's not terrible. But once again, it's like I'm not spending $100 on paper unless I'm gonna use it for work. But I used to love this card. I kept it relatively safe from like all. I used to have like at this point I had like a shoebox of like Pokemon cards. And we were staying with some family, and one of them like had like a kid, like a little like toddler, and like while I was like at school, like the kid just got into my Pokemon cards and fucking went nuts. And it sucked. So I got home and like I saw the box was out and I was like, what the fuck? I went over there, all my cards were fucked up. Like all of them were just, you know, just in a toddler's hand, just doing like, you know, the kids just, they crush shit. All my cards were gone. Like but the one that hurt the most was seeing my Blaine's Charizard or my Blaine's Arcanine just like in a ball, basically. Like I unfolded it and shit, and I was just like, what the fuck, man? I remember being, I can pinpoint how that shit felt. And then like parents are dicks. I remember I went to go tell my parents, and both my parents could not give a fuck at all. Could not care. They're like, you shouldn't have left your cards out. And it's like, dude, you bought them. Like, you should be just as pissed as I am that someone let a toddler just come in and just start wrecking shit. Like, that's your money that I'm about to throw in the trash. But yeah, that was like the last day. That was like, alright, I'm now a teenager. Time to throw the Pokemon cards out. I'm a teenager now. All I care about is all day I think about sex. That was it. That was like the start of puberty. I believe my Arcanine getting smushed was the arbiter. to me hitting puberty. Nothing was ever the same after that. I was like, dang, dude. Life blows, bro. What am I supposed to do without my Blaine's Arcanine now? But you know what's gonna suck is I'm gonna buy that card one day and then I'm gonna look at it for about 5 minutes and I'm gonna go, oh yeah, I got bills to pay. Shit, I gotta get back to work. And then it's just gonna sit on my bookshelf. But I did pull, as an adult, one of the last things that made me stop buying cards was that Pokemon 25th anniversary set that came out, Celebrations, when they reprinted Charizard and all that shit. I was like, I'm just not going to buy the Charizard. I'll buy all the other cards, but I'm not going to spend the money on the Charizard, blah, 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 blah. So I went out one night, you know, I was a little stressed, I don't know, just a little stressed. And I saw like a bunch of like the Challengers set, or not Challengers, Celebration set at Target. I was like, you know what? I'm stressed enough to like blow some money. Fuck it. So I bought like 5 of these like tins that they had. I spent like $50. It was really bad. I was like, what am I doing, dude? What am I fucking doing? And I went home, started opening them. No, I opened them in the car because I was just that stressed out. I was like, man, life sucks. Nobody likes Duck Boy. I forgot why I was even upset, but I was just like, everything sucks. First booster pack I pull a Charizard. I pulled the fucking base set Charizard. Screaming in the car, dude. Screaming like a fucking child. Screaming. Next booster pack, nothing. Next booster pack, nothing. Third booster pack, I pull a Blastoise. Screaming in the car, dude. I'm like, holy fucking shit. If I was a kid, I would have pissed my pants, dude. I would have definitely like peed myself. And then I think like the fourth or fifth pack that I opened up, I got a Venusaur. So I got like all 3 of them in like one night. I was like, holy shit, that's a sign from somebody upstairs that's like, all right, man, no more buying Pokemon cards. That's it. I gave you all of them. I gave you all the things that you wanted in one night. Get out of this habit. A moment of clarity, I guess that would be. But they're all on the shelf. Every time I'm having a pretty shitty day, I'll look over there and I'll go, I did pull a Charizard that night. I did pull a fucking Charizard that night. Charizard, Blastoise, and a Venusaur all in one night? Crazy night. Oof, my feet are killing me now. Alright, 10 more minutes. It's 4 o'clock now. Holy crapioli. This is tight though, because I'm getting hungry. Oh shit, my computer's gonna die. Hold on. Don't die on me yet. What the fuck? I thought it was plugged in. Yes. Alright. What should be on the menu today, you guys?
Ooh, the cat's up.
What's up, Thanos? Damn. Alright. Hey Siri, set timer for 2 minutes.
Let's take a twofer.
Starting now.
Oh, let's take a twofer.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for everybody for tuning in. This always happens. Halfway through the stream, you get hungry. And then all you can think about is just like, dude, I'm gonna slam. Wait, maybe I'll eat this. Like, what am I gonna fucking eat? What am I gonna... Oh man, I could go for that. Ooh, that looks good. That sounds tight. Ooh wee. Great. So now that's gonna be going through the head now. How about a ham and cheese Sammy?
I could do that. I could fuck that up for sure.
Is that what you're eating? I might have to go.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna raid my kitchen real quick. Okay. Got a chocolate chip cookie. Let's go. Hey Siri, set a timer for 28 minutes.
28 minutes. Starting now.
Decent chocolate chip cookie. Uh-oh. Sorry. I got like one last bite. Woo! Yeah, I love a ham. I almost said a ham sandwich. You gotta love a decent. Man, chocolate chip cookies are getting kind of hard to come by now. They're either like completely underbaked, completely devoid of like the right sugar to like cookie ratio. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you'll get one that's like so sweet, like the cookies from Insomnia Cookie. Like I'll take a bite of like a cookie from there, and like within minutes, like stomach ache, like gnarly stomach ache, and it's like, damn, dude, that was just a bite. And I was doing Uber Eats, like they're cool. The Insomnia crew is pretty cool. Sometimes like you'd go pick up an order and they'd be like, yo, you want a cookie? And you're like, no, I don't want a cookie. Yeah, I want a fucking cookie, dude. Shit smell crazy good. And sometimes they'll hook it up. They'll give you a cookie or two.
But those shits are like just way too fucking sweet, man. Like, and I have a pretty good. I got a pretty gnarly sweet tooth. Like, for sure, like I got a pretty good sweet tooth. But like those cookies fuck me up. Like I can't eat them. But there's this other place around here called Crumble, which is pretty good. They have a their cookies are, I don't even want to say they're pretty good. They're very fucking good. Those cookies are to die for. But they have this one. What the hell is it called? See, now I'm about to make everybody leave the stream. Everybody's gonna go get cookies now. Everyone's like, damn, now some cookies. What the hell was I just talking about? Crumble. Yeah, Crumble's got. They got this pink sugar cookie. It's like just like a sugar cookie, but with like pink frosting on it. And that shit is bonkers. But once again, I mean, I gotta like pace myself because it's like I'll eat a couple bites, take a break, a couple bites, take a break, and then like forget it's even there for like a couple hours, and then be like, oh shit, like stumble into the kitchen and be like, oh shit, forgot I had a crumble cookie in here. Like that's one of them. It's one of them things you gotta parse out. Unless you're a real one and you can sit there and like house, because also like the crumble cookies are like this fucking big. They are ridiculous. Ridiculous. Let's see if I can get this. I don't think that's how that's gonna look, but I'm gonna try it. Let's give it a shot. Let's just, oh, he's just saying, he's screaming, right? Shit. Hold up. chocolate chip cookie. It's pretty good. But I'm gonna need some real food. I kind of wish I didn't eat that because, like, it's gonna sound hilarious, or not hilarious, but just weird. But like, now I'm worried I might have spoiled my appetite. You know what I mean? It's a real thing. You guys know that you could spoil your appetite? It's a real thing. Ooh. Maybe I'll do like K-Fire. You guys ever had K-Fire before? Little Korean barbecue. Oh shit. Who's texting me? Oh shit. It's my boy Kyle. I don't think this is gonna work. Chill. Alright, my boy Kyle's coming through. One second, let me ask him if he's hungry. Damn it, see, I knew I shouldn't spoil my appetite. Yo, you wanna get some food? Yo, you trying to get some food? Yo, has anybody seen? You guys watch Tires yet? Oh, is it fucking raining? Oh, dude. Totally is. I asked the damn computer this morning, hey, you think it's gonna rain? It's like, nah, bro, you good. I might have to go get a hoagie. I finally, after living in Logan Square for how many years now? 3 years? Finally find a hoagie place, and now I gotta leave.
sucks. Honestly, I don't want to say it's one of the best hoagies I've ever had, because I'm sure like an East Coaster, like if one of my East Coast buddies were visiting and I took them there, they'd be like, yeah, this is a good sandwich. But like, I just haven't had a fucking hoagie in so long that like first bite, me and my fucking girl were like, yo, best sandwich ever. And it's like, that can't be true. It's not. It's obviously not true. But so good. So I might go get one of those. My go-to right now has been like this chicken. It's like a chicken chicken hoagie, but it's got like avocado and bacon, and then the works, lettuce, tomato. It's got the lettuce and tomato. Woo! That's the one thing about Chicago, though, is like Chicago does bread really good, which is weird. You need a hoagie right now? I need a hoagie for real. Yeah, man. Go get you one. Don't you still live like right next to a Wawa? I guess that's been a minute. Is your new spot or newish? Current Cribbo. Isn't there like a Wawa? A Wawa? Isn't there like a Wawa near there? Sometimes you just gotta ink ridiculously fast. Might be a little too fast, but who gives a fuck? No, I'm trying. Oh shit, sorry guys. Whew, sorry for the horrible camera angles. Typography, you really got to be like conscious of your strokes. So it's like if you get a good stroke, you got to like move the page to accommodate for that stroke. Like you can't really keep the paper stationary. I can't, anyway.
Be like, that was like consistent stroking. Yeah, that'll work. Cause Diddy likes to party and you gotta tell him no. Anybody else watch that Shannon Sharp? Damn, I guess that's pretty old at this point, but I watched it not too long ago and it had me giggling. I put it on when it first came out, but like I was like, I don't want to watch Cat Williams destroy his career. Like I thought it was gonna be Cat Williams getting drunk and like making a fool of himself. I didn't realize he was like he was like, I'm about to tell all. I didn't realize it was that. So once I realized it was that, I went back and actually watched it. And besides him saying that he reads like 3,000 books a year, I'm like, alright, there's no fucking way. But, I mean, dude, maybe. He is well read. He is good with words, so you only get good with words by either reading or writing a fuck ton, so. Let's see. Alright, so this needs a little something. Just needs a little something. And then we're almost done. We're going the distance today, folks. I don't want to ever hear motherfuckers be like, Derek, you don't stream as much. Be like, yeah, motherfucker, because when I do, I go for it. When I be streaming, I be streaming. No, I'm joking. Nobody does that. Nobody says a goddamn word about my whereabouts. I'm like MF Doom without the acclaim. I just come in, disappear for a while, come back, disappear for a while. What's that MF Doom line? Reappear, disappear, then reappear again? That's me. Disappear, reappear, then disappear again. Something like a pump fear again. Cause Diddy likes to party and you gotta tell him no. That's the funniest part from that interview. Cause it just comes out of nowhere. Like I think they're like talking about running really fast and then he's just like, you gotta tell Diddy no. And Shannon Sharp's like, what? Cat! Now Cat, now Cat, you can't just be coming on here saying all types of crazy shit now. It's not crazy if it's true, Shannon. It's not crazy if it's true. I don't like this. It kind of adds to it. But yeah, no, Cat Williams rules. Just every time I've always been like, Cat's a hack, like he's done. I'll go and like put on like a new special from him or just any special and I'm like, damn, actually never mind, this dude still kills. Let's see what we can add to this, you guys. What can we add to this, folks? Get just a little something up there. He's a little too white. Maybe. I don't know. I might erase all this shit. It's kind of just...
yeah, I don't really like it. I don't really like it. Yeah, because there's like not enough room for it. You know what I mean? Okay. What about this?
Yeah. Okay, I figured it out. Because Diddy likes to party, you gotta tell him no. That shit was so funny. Shannon was just like, oh, fuck. I can't believe he's saying these things.
This is either going to ruin my career, it's going to accelerate it. Oh shit, it's already 5.
Alright, you guys, we're gonna maybe call it soon. Alright, I get it. Hey Siri, stop timer. I can't stop now though. I'm on a...
No timer set.
Thank you. This is as smart as I want AI to be. I just want it to be... I want to be like, hey, can you do this? And then it's like, I can't make appointments for you. And I'm like, God damn it. And then I have to get on the phone and do it. I just found out about this thing called Automator. Which has been on my computer since the dawn of time. And it is fucking cool. And I don't want people getting on here being like, dude, you didn't know about Automator? Like, shut up. Nobody knows about Automator. Nobody knows how to use that fucking thing. But you can tell it to do... It's like you can make these, like, actions for your computer. So sick.
So I made it like, because I had Nosebleed as like a PDF, and I'm like, I want to put this on some other,
comic websites.
Because I read my contract and it says I can do that. But
I was just like, man, I ain't got time. Because, like, me and my buddy Kyle, who you guys might meet, not really sure. I might be done by the time he gets here. But he letters it. So he has like all of the files, but we're both a little messy. We're both a little bit we're not as organized as we could be. So he's got like certain files, and then like I've got files. It's just nuts. I don't know how we got that book printed with how like crazy our setups are. Alright, this is messy as hell, but it actually works. Huh.
I'll take it. Cool. Happy accident right there, folks.
Alright, one last panel to do.
Where's my reference for that? Hey, it's 444. Somebody make a wish. Everybody make a wish. It's 444. What do I want? What do I want? I want to have a productive week. I wish to have a productive week. Boom. I should have wished for money. I feel like when you wish for money, it doesn't happen. It's just like, yeah, motherfucker, you and everybody else. What do you really want? Universe is like, yeah, dude, I know. You all want money. I got you. I can't do it. I'm out. I can get you something else. You want a balloon? You want to find a piece of fruit? You want to find, you know what I mean? All right. Stop being a comedian. Because I'm not very funny. All right. Here's the reference. We're about to blow up. We're about to blow up the 8th Street, or the, what the fuck? Broad Street Diner. It's actually not even there anymore. It sucks. A smarter Derek would have just traced that.
but I still like doing things the hard way. I'm a bit of a moron. Not a moron. I don't want to say a moron, but a bit of a hard head. Actually, might not even need perspective for this. Might be alright.
Oh boy, here. Someone's like downstairs. Is that him? No. I hope this motherfucker wants to get a hoagie.
Everybody, that's what I should have wished for. I should have been like, please let Kyle want to get a hoagie. Universe is like, are you sure you want to waste your wish on that? I'm like, yes, dude. I need the hoagie, man. Alright. Fucking artistic friends. Okie doke. Let's get this going. I'm just gonna rough this in first, and then I'm gonna hit it with rulers. I don't think anyone's even watching, so it doesn't really matter. I could just cheat. I could just trace this fucking thing. I should trace this fucking building. Save myself the grief that this thing is going to cause. Because I drew it way too small on my pencils. But I was watching some, what was that, Monbin? And I was watching the Inio Asano episode, which is one of the best ones. And I was just like, dude, what? Why am I sitting here drawing backgrounds, bro? Fuck this. If I was a smarter man, I would be using Mid-Journey. I would be drawing my characters and then just like generating backgrounds. I just feel like you don't really need to be doing shit like that unless you're like Lore Olympus or some shit, or like you're working on Batman, or you know what I mean? Something where like shit needs to look absolutely correct, or someone's getting in trouble. You know what I mean? But like Nosebleed is just like, it needs to get done. You know what I mean? You ain't got time to. There's like some squiggly lines. It's okay. a part of me that kind of wants to cut out of here. But I might just wait till the homie gets here. I'm such a trend hopper now too, like I told my buddy about the new Knock Loose and he was just like everybody's heard this album now, like, you know what I mean, like they're huge now. I think they just went #1 on like the rock charts or whatever the fuck. But it's like I just was like, I felt like such a trendsetter, or like a not trendsetter, like a trendy guy. I'm like, have you heard the new Knocked Loose yet, dude? Like, I'm still in, like, I think my brain is still, definitely still in high school. Because I still be trying to connect with people over music. And, like, the thing to do as an adult is, like, you got to connect over, like, sports. You got to connect over, like, sports or, What's the other way? What's the other way like adult men connect? Definitely, probably most likely it's sports. But then all I do is watch like fucking Muay Thai, and like nobody watches that. So I'm like too cool for school. At all times, I'm just like, yeah, I don't really watch football, but I watch Muay Thai, and everyone's like, what? I'm like, yep, no worries, I get it. Sounds like I just made that up. It's an actual sport, I promise. Like, geez, dude, you can't just watch the fucking playoffs? I'm gonna start doing it. Just because of, like, how weird it's getting. Like, I literally can't. Like, I've even noticed, like, even my, like, art buddies out here, I'm like, damn, such and such watches fucking baseball? I think I'm, like, too obsessed with drawing, yo. I gotta, like... Because that's kind of, like, all I want to talk about. And all I want to do is draw, and I'm like, oh, that could get dangerous. Because the man's gonna come and take it away. Could get dangerous. There's still a part of me that wants to play music and do music, so that's the main reason why I still listen to music. I was listening to a Kenny Hoopla song the other day. I don't know how young this fucking kid is, but he's really cool. He's like a black kid that does like pop punk music with Travis Barker. And it's really cool. But he has this one lyric where he says, I was sitting out in front of the roller rink loitering. And I was like, motherfucker, you're like 24 years old. What fucking roller rink are you going to? Those things don't exist anymore. Roller rinks were like dying when I was like in 6th grade. The whole pop punk revival thing is cool. But it's weird because it's like a lot of like dudes singing like shit that like high schoolers would, you know what I mean?
Like when MGK tried it, it's like, dude, you're like 35 talking about you fell in love with a punk rock girl. It's like, where are you hanging out with? Where are you hanging out where there's punk rock girls at? And then like the way he describes the, like, you know, the girl and shit, it's like, yo, this is not music a 35-year-old man should be singing, bro. But I get it. It's like he's 35, but he's singing for high schoolers, I guess. I don't know. It's just kind of creepy when you dig into it a little further, I guess. It's just like, ugh. But Willow's cool. Willow's got a cool verse on that. Yo, that chick is like actually like she's another one that got like a really good score on Fantano. On a Fantano thing. I thought he was joking. I was like, wait, Willow Smith is making like good music? And then I was like, oh yeah, I guess she's pretty good. Shit. I was sitting outside a fucking roller rink. No, what is he saying? I was outside the roller rink loitering or something like that. I was outside the roller rink loitering. That's what he says. It's like, dude, no you weren't. Where? No fucking roller rinks anymore, man. Song's stuck in my head. Get out of my head. We got any Smiling Friends fans up in here? Alright, where we at? 3:45. Let's get the fuck out of here. We got 2 minutes. Hey Siri, set time for 2 minutes.
2 minutes, starting now.
2 minutes. So not bad. What did we do today? We got 2 pages. We got 1 page and half of a page done. Not terrible. She looks a little fat here, which is kind of funny. When am I gonna stream again? I don't know. Oh man. Okay.
Let's take a second. I don't have Ghost of the Carousel out anymore, which is really annoying because I wanted to show that off. My buddy Matt Battaglia. I think that's how you say his last name. My buddy Matt Battaglia sent me one of his awesome comics. Yeah, no, I have it out right now. It's probably in a box. But check that shit out. It's fucking amazing. Matt's a sick cartoonist. My buddy Noah Cray. Hold up, let me grab this book. Let's do a show and tell real quick and then we'll get the heck out of here. Alright, Ghost of the Carousel by Matt Battaglia. Shit is dope. Check it out real quick. He has this for sale on his website, or you can get it from the publisher as well. Dauntless Stories. This book is sick. My man is sick with it when it comes to the inks. Great storytelling. Look at that. When I get some like funny money, I'm gonna buy this original off of him. Shit is tight. Look at these page layouts. Shit is tight. Look at that. Look at that. So yeah, if this doesn't entice you enough to go buy this book, you gotta get your eyes checked. Shit is tight. It's called Ghost of the Carousel. Quick read. Cosmic Caveman. This shit is tight as well. My buddy Noah Cray on writing duties. And who's the artist on here? Clint Kizzer. This guy's awesome. I never knew about his stuff until I saw the Kickstarter for this. I think this was a Kickstarter book. I think that's how I got this. But it just got here like the other day. Look at these drawings, man. Shit is so sick. It's like Gennady Tartakovsky mixed with Kirby. It's tight. I hope they do a lot of these because I love this style. And the book is really good too. Reads really good. Good character designs. Good action. Look at that. So sick. Oh, god damn, I wish I could draw this cartoon. It's so cool. But yeah, I hope they get a bunch of these. Are able to do just like a ton of these. Bruh. Yeah, like, oh man. Perfect artist for this book. So, check it out. It's called Cosmic Caveman. My buddy Noah Cray did this. Sick cover. Sick cover. But yeah, that's that. That was a long stream. Almost 4 hours. We did not accomplish the goal of getting... Wait, hold up. What time is it? It's 5:04. 5:04. You guys remember the 5:04 boys? No, you know, I'll just finish this later. I'll finish this later. But we got close. We got literally a panel left to do. And sometimes it's good to just like leave on that, you know? Come back with different energy later today. Alright, cool. Alright, I'm out of here. Peace.